I got my gear for the party, and I ain't leaving till the gig is done. I don't even really do country music all that much, but for some reason, Gretchen Wilson comes to mind. Anyways, I wanted to take a moment to talk about, keep going, rock on, to talk about gig preparations. Now, this might be boring stuff to some of you, but some of you might think it's interesting, and so I'm sharing. One of the things is when you're gigging out a lot is there's lots of different types of shows, and maybe you don't quite know what all goes into it. So for me in particular, I'm gearing up for a show on Sunday at Paoli for the farmers market. And because it's an outdoor show, because it's a larger stage, because it's a larger space, I have to prep for being able to power sound to all those places. Now, you see a lot of people out with those little tower systems. Those are all well and good, but sometimes they really can't cut it. And last year I found that out because I had a tower system that I used for a show at Paoli, and it was just not big enough. So when it's not big enough, it doesn't sound the best. I still sounded good, but the sound quality was not what I prefer to have. So today, and I'm going to say too, I am a person who likes to prep at least a day, if not days before a show, primarily because I am forgetful. And I have ADHD brain, and I'm always doing multiple things at once. So when I prep for a show, I like to have ample time to kind of think about, like, what am I taking to this show? Because every show I take a different amount of gear. Last weekend I had a show. All I had to do was roll my keyboard out and have a stand for it. And that was all I needed. This week, a little more intense. So I have just a pile of gear here because I start to assemble all of my gear in one place. So I have main speakers, I have a couple subs, I have my mixer, which is the thing that you plug in all of the microphones and instruments into before it goes into the main speakers. I also have a fan because it's supposed to be pretty warm. I have a pile of merch here for selling, a stand for my keyboard itself, which is fun to lug. This is just my fun little mannequin with my name on it. And lots and lots of extra cables and a banner that I can hang up on the stage. It doesn't seem like it'd be that much, but this will definitely fill the back of my truck. So, and in addition, because I don't really use my monitors anymore and I don't really feel like that event I need to, I do have some in-ear monitors that I use for some of the shows I play. Other shows where sound is provided, sometimes there's floor monitors, which are just basically an extra speaker that I hear what the audience hears on my end with my own personal mix. So that in a nutshell is kind of everything, minus stands, but this will fill my entire truck. And basically I go to the show and I'm there about an hour to 2 hours early, depending on the show and how much gear I have to load and how tired I am. If it's really, really warm outside, I am definitely going to prep for having extra time to have downtime. So that is also something to consider if you're considering booking shows at all where you would play out and provide your own gear. Any shows like that they demand a little bit more of you as far as loading in and loading out, and it's not just as simple as plugging in your instrument and playing. So I do definitely have a smaller setup in which I can do that, but that's more reserved for my indoor shows that the sound doesn't need to be quite so powerful. So, and I hope if you're not a musician and you're just kind of like wanting to know more information, that this was kind of helpful information. But let me know if you have any questions about anything. I'm always happy to answer it. That is just like the surface of what goes into everything. But hope you have a great day.